Navigating difficult clients. 10 strategies for professional writers. Being a professional writer comes with its highs and lows. One of the challenges we often face is dealing with difficult clients. So today, I will talk about strategies for handling 10 situations I've encountered in 2 decades of professional writing. Share some of your own experiences and strategies in the comments below so that we can learn from each other how to handle those tricky situations. Okay, unreasonable deadlines. Some clients may demand unrealistic turnaround times for projects as well as responses to questions. To combat this, set clear expectations from the start, negotiate realistic deadlines, and communicate the process involved in producing quality work within those timeframes. Make it very clear what you will deliver and when. Furthermore, when creating those deadlines, give yourself an extra 2 days for every week of expected time. This allows you to make sure that you're on time or early. Scope creep. Clients may continuously expand the project beyond the agreed upon scope. This isn't just for books or articles, but I have had clients turn me into their unpaid secretary by calling and dictating changes they wanted put in their manuscripts or adding additional tweaks or parts. This is much easier to handle before it starts, even explaining to clients that this has happened to you in the past so that they understand the reason for your very firm boundaries and why you won't budge. Then, establish a detailed contract outlining project parameters and revisions. Politely but firmly redirect the client back to the original agreement when they request additional work. Micromanagement. Some clients want to control every aspect of the writing process. This can take the form of telling you not to change wording from what is dictating, demanding an exact page count, or even asking you to do things that make the writing sound unprofessional. Strategy to deal with this? Foster open communication. Educate your client on expertise and reassure them of your commitment of meeting their needs while maintaining creative freedom. Constant revisions. Clients who demand endless revisions can be draining. Before I continue with that and remaining solutions, I want to note one solution that is directly in front of you at this moment. The Writing Career Coach channel and writingcareercoach.com work together to create your ultimate destination for mastering the art of professional writing. From crafting captivating content to honing your freelance skills and even how to work with difficult clients, we offer expert guidance tailored to writers of all levels. Like and subscribe to this channel or jump over to our website. The link is in the description to join our free community today and embark on a journey to elevate your writing career to new heights. Now, in order to deal with constant revisions, limit the number of revisions in your contract and charge extra for additional changes. Make sure the fee you initially charge takes into account the probability that you will have to do at least one set of revisions. Also, send a sample of the writing you are doing before you get too deep in the project. Encourage the client to provide comprehensive feedback upfront to minimize revision rounds. Non-payment or late payments. Clients who don't pay on time or at all can jeopardize your livelihood. This is actually why I had to shut down Writing Career Coach for a number of years and focus on working with a very small group of repeat customers, and only recently started back up to mentoring and coaching more people. I am sharing this out of a desire to help your writing business avoid the same fate. So, implement a clear payment schedule in your contract and follow up promptly on overdue payments. Consider utilizing payment platforms that offer protection for freelancers. Also, do not continue to do any work if you are not getting progress payments. I have even gone so far as to require 25% in advance on each stage of the project. I know that some people are reluctant to do that, and I have lost a couple of projects because of that requirement. But I decided that I would rather lose the money and not do the work than lose the money after I did the work. Either way, I am out money. And the fact was, I earned more with this requirement because I only had clients who were paying. Number 6 is lack of respect for boundaries. Clients who contact you at all hours and expect immediate response can disrupt your workflow. Set boundaries early on regarding communication channels and response times. Politely remind the client of these boundaries when necessary. This has been one that was historically hard for me because I loved that people needed me. It made me feel successful. Unfortunately, what I didn't pay attention to was the fact that my family needed me, and they were the ones who lost my attention when the phone rang. I only lost 2 clients out of the dozens and dozens of people I worked with in a year when I took a hard line on this. Unclear expectations. Clients who are unsure of what they want can be frustrating to work with. So, schedule a thorough initial consultation to clarify the project's goals, targets, audience, and desired outcomes. Document these details in writing to refer back to throughout the project. I also have other videos on my channel and my sister channel, The Balanced Life, where I talk about outlining a project and defining the target market. Those 2 hurdles tend to be the hardest to overcome. Once that's figured out, the rest starts to come together. 8. Disregard for copyright and plagiarism concerns. Clients who require unethical practices put your reputation at risk. So educate the client on copyright laws and ethical writing practices. Refuse to engage in any activities that compromise your integrity as a writer. In my 3rd year as a ghostwriter, a woman tied to a church asked me to retype an entire Bible study from photocopies so that they could rework and redistribute it as part of their ministry's curriculum. This was like 20 or 30 pages verbatim. This was a person I looked up to, and I was not confident in myself or my work, but I said I simply couldn't do it because of copyright law. I was so scared I put it in a note rather than directly talk to the person. This is becoming more of an issue as people find things on the internet, AI, and other areas that to them feel as if they're copyright free, but are in fact the intellectual property of someone else. Be very careful about this. You may even go over it as a part of your quote explaining what you will and will not do. The same is true with students trying to hire people to write their term papers for them. Number 9, negative attitude or hostility. Clients who are constantly negative or hostile can drain your motivation. So, maintain professionalism at all times and address any conflicts calmly and assertively. If necessary, escalate the issue to a higher authority within the client's organization or choose to sever ties. Ignoring professional advice. Clients who refuse to listen to your expertise can hinder the project's success. As a professional writer, this can be a delicate balance because they have a creative vision for their work as well. But sometimes their vision could be counterproductive to the overall success of their project. A strategy? Provide rationale for your recommendations based on industry standards and best practices. If the client persists in their stance, document your concerns in writing and seek approval to proceed following their instructions if they're part of a larger organization. If it's an individual, note the objection and let them do it their way. Remember, as a professional writer, your time and expertise are valuable. If a client consistently disregards your boundaries or compromises your integrity, it may be time to part ways. So, know when to walk away and do so with professionalism and grace.